So like she said, my name is Caleb Ashley and I'm from Harlan County High School and I'm a senior. And last year we developed a project with our Student Senate Plan and our Community Challenge Grant called the CHAR Project. It stands for Community Homes for Homelessness and Addiction Recovery, and the goal of the project was to create a tiny home subdivision for drug rehab graduates to have transitional housing. So when they graduate from drug rehab, the door is open, they're given a certificate, and that's all. So they have two choices. They have the choice to become homeless, live on the street, and try to get by, or they can go back into their prior environment. The data shows if they go back into their prior environment, relapse is almost guaranteed. So that choice just leads to them being in another treatment center, and it's just a cycle. The other choice is homelessness, and almost no one is going to pick to live on the streets when they have a home they can go back to in their prior situation. So our goal was to create this transitional tiny home subdivision, so it would give them a place to go away from their prior environment, and it would help them get back, start the normal life, be able to get a job, and try to turn their life around. But we also noticed that the drug epidemic was hand in hand with the youth homelessness, and it affected education majorly, because students that would struggle or students that were homeless, that were deemed homeless, almost always had a correlation to a parent or guardian who had fallen into drugs or some type of addiction. So we feel like if we could stop the drug abuse and be able to limit relapse, that our youth homelessness rates would go down, and it would also help our education, because you can't blame a student who in the winter it's 10 degrees outside with snow on the ground. He has nowhere at home to go. Algebra 1 isn't important at that point. He's worried about survival. Where's his next meal going to come from? So we feel like once this tiny home subdivision is developed, that would give the students a place to stay and for ever how long they need, and then the rehab graduates transitional housing. So this year we established what's called the Workstations for Wages and Education program, and the point of this program is to provide computer workstations either in a place like at school for students or in the tiny homes, so it would allow drug rehab graduates not to have transportation to and from work. They could do teleworks jobs at their tiny home or in a location right close, so they would not need transportation, and it would help them to make money to get back on their feet, so it would make them start a better life back. And then for students, it would help them be able to go through, and they could apply for scholarships, colleges, they could work on their homework, so it would make them be able to have a higher education than graduating with a high school diploma and working fast food or some minimum wage job their entire life. They would actually have a chance at college and to make something out of themselves as a professional degree. Does anybody have any questions?